Peel down.
Hi, and welcome back to The Pet Project, the show your pet wants you to listen to. And you'll probably get a treat later on because you're indeed listening to The Pet Project today. So your dog or cat will give you a treat for once. How is that for a good plan? This is Paw Print Saturday, so proclaimed by The Pet Project. It's the day to talk about all kinds of great pet things that are out there for your pet this holiday season because, you got to buy them something too. Right? And if you're watching us on the cameras today, in studio are two of our special needs puppies. This is the Chihuahuista, the Chi Wow Wow. This is Butterfly, and she is an apple-headed Chi, and she has her very best friend with her is Rains. Rains is a toy Yorkshire Terrier. Both of them were born with genetic disabilities. It has to do with their walking, and they don't care. They absolutely don't care. These guys get around, they run around, they jump around. They're absolutely insane little dogs. But one thing that we really want to bring forth to you on the Pet Project is talking about special needs animals. Butterfly was given to me by a friend who was very concerned that somebody else would get Butterfly. It was from a litter of Chihuahuas that their family dogs had, and get tired of Butterfly. Because Butterfly isn't going to go to the dog park with you and go play fetch. All right, that's really not what she's going to do. She's not good on concrete. You can't take her out for walks because of the way she walks. She hurts her knee in the back because she kind of walks on her knee. So she's really great on carpeting. She's fantastic on carpeting, fantastic on grass. But she's not a durable little dog. So our friend was very concerned because a lot of people want her because she's about as cute as they get, right? Anyway, a lot of people wanted her, and our friend was worried that, they'd get her, and the novelty would wear off, and they'd put her at a shelter, put her out on the street, whatever. And she knew we wouldn't do that. She knew we would understand disabled puppy dogs. So Butterfly came into our house about 2.5 years ago. These animals take no more extra care than any other dog or cat that you might have in your household. They love you, they play, they cuddle, they do everything that regular animals do. So if you have a chance at a special needs animal out there, take the chance. Seriously, you have absolutely nothing to lose. There is no special care, no special cost to dealing with most special needs animals. And the internet, I got to tell you, what a great support system to learning anything you might have to learn. We talk about CH kitties, cerebellar hyperplasia kitties all the time. We're going to have Naomi Byers on a little later today to talk about Apple, a wonderful little kitten with now I can't say it, with hydrocephalus. Thank you, Randy. I had the high, but I didn't have the cephalus. Hydrocephalus, water on the brain. And Naomi took the little kitty in, and we've been following Apple's progress through some holistic medicine, holistic therapy. And she's doing great. So please give these special needs animals a chance. You will be rewarded 1,000,000 times over. Couple of things you got to think about now that we're in the holiday season. Boy, have you put your Christmas tree up yet? Has your cat seen it? Mm-hmm. If you put a Christmas tree up and you put all the shiny danglies on it, your cat is saying, thank you. I've never had a toy this big. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to go right up to it, up to the top. That, of course, can cause a lot of problems. Some things you got to think about. Put the breakable ornaments higher on the tree because the low-end ones, the ones on the bottom, they're going. Anything on those lower branches, they won't last a minute. But if you're really going to do it, think about anchoring that tree properly. You've got to have a super sturdy stand. And something that we did a number of years ago, and people thought we were crazy, but you know what? The tree didn't fall down. Get some fishing line, tie it to the top of the tree, put a really serious hook into the ceiling, and tie that tree up. You can also tie it on the sides to the side walls, put it in a corner, obviously. That way, if the cat decides to go see this star on the top of it, the tree won't come down. You got to be careful. You got to think about everything in the house when you have animals and decorations. Tinsel on the tree? No, that's not going to happen. Tinsel on trees. Cats eat it. Dogs eat it. It can get in through their intestines, tie things in knots, and you're looking at a couple $1,000s of surgery to get that animal back on its 4 feet and a chance that it might not get back on its 4 feet. Tinsel, take that off the list. You're going to travel with your pets this year? Lots of things to think about there. There are a number of different airlines that will allow you to bring your pet into the cabin as long as it's small enough to fit in a carrier and under the seat in front of you, which means it has to be pretty tiny. And no, you can't take it out during flight. Otherwise, they ride in the cargo hold. That's not a good place to put your cat or your dog. Not at all. But if you are going to be traveling with your pets, online travel advisor cheapflights.com came out with a list of top 10 tips for flying with the pets. And here's what they are. You've got to calculate the cost. Okay, there are different costs. Delta Airlines, for instance, attaches a $200 fee per kennel to check a pet for one-way flights. Cabin riders do less financial damage. It'll cost you $125, but again, they've got to be about as small as Butterfly or Reigns to be shoved under the seat in front of you. Another good rule of thumb, the discount airfares like Southwest, JetBlue, they often charge a lot less. JetBlue right now charging $100, Southwest $75. Call the airline. You really need to get a verbal confirmation, even if we've mentioned them on the air here today, or you go to their website and they say things, get a verbal confirmation. Some airlines limit the total number of animals allowed within the cabin on each flight. So it's important to get your reservation in sooner than later. So if they limit it, you've got one of those spaces. First-time flyers, well, you were probably overwhelmed the first time you flew on an airplane. Think about your pet. Rehearse. Now, I don't mean go out and rent a small plane, but if you live in a city, take your pet for a ride on the subway or the bus just to get it familiar with the crowds and all the movement. And you know, the American Veterinary Medical Association, I have to agree with them here, they frown on sedating your pet. In fact, it can be fatal. The combination of tranquilizers and the high altitudes can cost your pet its life. It's best to travel with calm, drug-free pets or try something holistic. Visit the vet. Make sure your pet has whatever kind of vaccinations or certifications it needs. Prepare the kennel. Cats and dogs need to have their ID tags on in case something happens. Exercise the day before. Get them out there. Get them running around so they're tired. Pack food and water. They've got to eat too. Withhold food before you get on the plane, though, because, well, you know what happens after they eat. And prepare for the unexpected. Make sure you got everything your kitty or puppy needs, just like you pack for you, pack for them. We're back on the Pet Project here on CRN in just a moment.
How old is the